All right, let's see. Things are looking good so far. All right, and let's see if I am online right now. Let's also see. Nope, it still nothing's coming up yet. Okay, all right, it's good. Good. All right, so we are live right now. Let me probably move this in just a little closer, I think. All right, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Surprise! I guess. Let me turn that down because I don't know if you can hear that in the background. But hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm your boy Josh here, and welcome back to Regular Josh One, or shall I say, welcome back to another Regular Josh One stream, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is was very unexpected. I'm sure a lot of you guys weren't expecting me to have another stream coming out as recently as it did. Just quick, Brian Parson says, "Am doing good. Glad you're doing great. Glad you can make it." Um, so yeah, this stream. Oh, also you say movie topics. Yeah. If anything, like it's not really gonna be. Well, yeah, I guess in a way this is a movies topics type of stream when you really think about it. Lob City 2.0 says, "What's up, Josh? Hey, how you doing? Glad you could make it." Let's see if there's any other people who come into the chat. If you can help it, don't ask questions just yet because I know you guys always ask. Well, honestly, you know what? It doesn't. If you ask any questions whenever you want, that's fine. To be honest with you, it's not really a big deal when you do. It's gonna get to every single, mainly every single question that's asked in this stream anyway. Brian Arson says, "I heard Popeye movie is happening by Sony." Yeah, that was a surprising one because I remember it was like a few years ago we see a trailer for it and then nothing happens and then all of a sudden now I guess they decided yes we're gonna do a we're gonna do the movie. So it's that's interesting to say the least. But yeah, so either way, before I answer any more and whatnot, let's just explain myself a little bit as to why I'm now all of a sudden streaming. Because I did stream basically 3 days ago. I streamed on Sunday. So here's an explanation. All right. So originally, what was going to happen was that I was going to come out with a video either tomorrow or Friday, and it was actually going to be about this topic about like where the future of theaters were going to be essentially. Hold on. Lob City 2.0 says, "So what movies have you been watching during quarantine?" Not much, to be honest. I mean, I think the first movie I ended up seeing during quarantine, I think, was most likely Contagion. I think that was the one, which is very relevant to right now, which is honestly kind of crazy, but that's what's happening. So it was that one. The Sonic movies and the Spy in Disguise movie I saw before quarantine happened. And Trolls World Tour was the only other movie I saw. So basically, just Trolls World Tour and Contagion. That was like literally the only movies, excuse me, that I've seen. It's interesting because like in a way I'm not like the biggest movie person anymore for whatever reason. It's strange considering the fact that I kind of do want to make movies, like my own movies. And I also want to be in movies, you know what I mean? Or be in a movie or be on television and whatnot. But when it comes to watching movies themselves, I'm not that into it anymore. I mean, I don't know what it is. Either it's that or it's just there's not really a lot um that's interesting to me anymore. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm interesting sometimes. That's kind of the only thing I can really say when we get to it. But yeah, I'll continue with some of these comments I'm getting here. So yeah, so the video was going to be about like where the future of movie theaters or what's going to be the future of movie theaters. And the reason why I was going to make this video and also why I was planning on it to come out tomorrow or Friday was because, as you guys know, we have a new movie that's also being released on Home on Demand, and that is Scoob. So that is the second movie, as far as I know, it's the second movie that has decided to to not release in theaters or not delay their movie to go to theaters to excuse me, to go ahead and just put it online, kind of like how Trolls World movie, Trolls World Tour, Twirl. Oh my god, I can't speak. Trolls World Tour. For whatever reason, that happens to be a tongue twister for me sometimes. I don't know why, but it happens. It's so strange. Um, yeah. Again, I'll continue on with some of these comments after I finish complaining. What? Finish explaining myself. But yeah, so that was the move. That was not the movie. I wasn't really gonna talk about the movie in the video. I guess I could somewhat kind of talk about the movie here or what my thoughts are on it or something. I don't know. That depends. I mean, that's one of the questions I have right now. So maybe later. I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of why I wanted to make that video, was just talk about how, like, oh hey, yeah, this is why this is happening, and kind of like my thoughts. Like, obviously I'm not an expert, but like I wanted to kind of give my thoughts as to why or why movies may like change throughout, or I don't know, it's a little hard to explain, you know what I mean. So that's what I was going to do, but this week has been pretty hectic for my editor. He's very busy right now, and so because of that, he's not really able to edit my videos. And also, well, he said that he was possibly going to be able to edit it on Friday, um, but I didn't want him to feel as though he had to rush things or whatnot, and I kind of wanted to keep, I guess you could say, somewhat of a consistent schedule. So I wanted to, like, if he was able to edit on Friday, considering where he's at right now is pretty busy over there. I'm not 100% sure if I wanted to take that risk of, you know, being a bit late or something like that. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I could have waited a little later to do the video either way, but I decided, you know what, I think it's just better to kind of do a stream. Also, another reason why I decided to do a stream right now is because I did just get off of a Skype call with my vocal coach, and we had like all these other people on the Skype call as well. And we're basically kind of trying to practice for like a singing recital, which we don't know when that's gonna happen. Like, since in California, our stay-at-home orders have been extended for, I guess, another 3 months or something. I think it was supposed to end sometime this month. Maybe it probably was gonna possibly end sometime this week. But it's been extended all the way to September, I think. As far as I know. So obviously, we don't know when we're gonna be able to do a excuse me, we don't know when we're going to be able to do the singing recital. However, even with that being said, we're still practicing for it. So when the day kind of comes, it's basically it's basically ready. I mean, I guess we're ready when we eventually are able to meet up in person and sing and blah 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 blah. So that's essentially the reason why I kind of decided to stream, because I do these rehearsals with these people every Wednesday, precisely at 12:45 to 1:45. So we rehearse for an entire hour, and the rehearsals are interesting because, like, there's sometimes we have delays and whatnot, and also you got like kids on the stream as well, because this is when on the stream on the Skype call, because the vocal coach that I'm with, who is also training me to become a vocal coach as well, so that should be interesting. I think he teaches kids from the age of maybe 5 or 6 to however old you are. Like, I think like that's the youngest he teaches right now. So we got like a couple of kids in there, and of course we got a couple of teenagers in there, and a few adults who are also singing as well. And I've been with this guy. He's been my vocal coach for over, oh man, I would like to say 15 years, but I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think well, maybe 15 years, maybe a little longer than that. To be honest, I'm not sure. But he's been my vocal coach for a long time. So, of course, he wants to keep me, doing these vocal singing recitals and whatnot, and also wants me to start teaching kids how to sing, or to be perfect pitch and this and that and all that. So that's what I've been doing the past couple of months. We've been well, technically the last month, because I think this one was our fourth or fifth Skype call, or maybe no, it might have been our seventh. I don't remember. I don't keep count of that stuff. Either way, though, we do that every Wednesday again from 12:40 to 1:45. 12:45 to 1:45, and so since I just finished, I was like, you know what? I got 15 minutes to spare. Let me, set up for a stream, and let's just do it. Like that's kind of what I decided to do. And like I was gonna technically stream a little later, but when I saw that we were finished at 1:48, or remember that 1:45. When I remember we finished there, I was like, okay, you know what? Actually, I could just stream at 2 o'clock, and that's fine. Also, Mr. Pat55, you asked me how much did I miss? You didn't really miss much, because I did just start about almost 12 minutes ago. So yeah. So honestly, that's kind of why I'm here right now, if anything else. Let's see if anyone else popped in and said, oh yeah, well, Mr. Pat55 said he came here, so I'm glad you can make it. Poodle the dude. Oh my god, I completely said that backwards. Doodle the poodle, not Poodle the doodle. What the hell? So you arrived. I'm glad you can make it. Anybody else? Bosco, I think. Hi, how are you doing? Glad you can make it. Polly Nutty. Is that Nutai? I don't know how to say your last name. Sorry about that. But I'm glad you could make it. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you in any of my streams before, so you might be new. If you are new, let me know, and if you are, then welcome to the world of regular Joshua 1 streams, where I just ramble on and stuff. Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, so I think that's about it. I'm not going to also excuse the hair is gonna be messy, because I'm not going anywhere to get my hair done, and nor am I gonna get some shavers or clippers to cut my own hair. There's no way I'm doing that. Screw that. So, for a while when I do these streams or possibly videos, if I ever do face videos again, I'm not 100% sure if that will be something. Aha! So Polly is new, and today's your birthday. Well, happy birthday! Glad you could join us on your birthday. That's my present to you, I guess. I'm just kidding. But yeah, seriously, happy birthday. How old do you turn? Honestly, how old are you now? But yeah, like honestly, when I do these streams or whatever kind of videos, you might see me growing like a mini afro or something. Because again, I'm not gonna go to the barber shop to get my hair cut, because quarantine. I mean, I can't do that anyway, and it's not an essential business. But yeah. Oh, you're 24, dude. You're 1 month older than I am. All right, cool. So again, happy birthday. Glad you could make it, and you guys can continue to send me messages or questions, because again, after I finish with this topic, I'll go to the normal stream or normal discussion, I guess, where I just chat with everybody. Okay, so, and honestly, if you want to join in this discussion, I mean, not as if, like, call in, because I can't do that with this stream, but if you want to say anything about, like, the question I'm gonna ask, then you definitely can, of course. So, and also, very quickly, Lob City 2.0 says, any new videos coming out soon? I'm not sure if you were here earlier for it, but there was going to be a video that was going to come out either tomorrow or Friday. But unfortunately, due to my editor being pretty busy with personal stuff, busy with his family, if anything else, then it's still kind of murky waters, if anything. So I kind of just decided I'll do a stream, because I don't want to, I guess, like, wait until it's like, oh yeah, I am available, or if the day he says he is available, he isn't available to do a stream. And so, like, I kind of just, I mean, to do a stream, to do a video, so that's kind of why I wanted to do a stream, so at the very least I can still provide you guys with content, whether or not it's a video or not. You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of you guys are probably wondering why I can't edit my own videos, even though I say this in almost every freaking stream. I mean, not really, but kind of can't mention this enough though. But my current computer is pretty slow. I mean, not terrible, but it's not fast enough to handle video editing anymore. Like in its heyday, it used to, but now it's not able to really do video. It can do audio fine, but when it comes to like video editing, I really can't do much, especially with my video editing software. So eventually, and I did mention this in the last stream, but eventually I do plan on getting a new computer, well, mainly a new laptop, if anything else, and excuse me. And hold on a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, so I'm planning on getting a new computer, and I'll definitely get another video editing software. And obviously, Alex, who's the guy who edits my videos, he's still gonna be editing my vid. Like whenever I do get a new computer, new video editing software, blah blah blah, he's still gonna be editing my videos regardless because he's a way better editor than I can ever be. To be honest, I would need room literally to improve for a while. But if we were to come across a situation where he's not able to edit my videos and whatnot, and I wanted to come out with a video in a certain week, then I could just try to edit a video myself. Which is what I did once before I, the whole computer started to slow down when it came to editing video. And not only that, but like when I would edit, not when I would edit, but say when I did edit my video, there was like, I think 2 videos I've done like a few years ago where I did edit because he wasn't available to or something like that, and I would purposely have to try to make those videos short because when it comes to rendering on this computer, it can take like an hour, which is fine, but sometimes it'll take 2 hours or 3 hours. One was like about 4 hours to render, which was like ridiculous. I was like, come on, it's not even that long of a video. And not only that, but if that wasn't enough of an issue, when the video is rendering, it slows down everything else. So like if I wanted to try to watch a YouTube video to pass the time, I wouldn't be able to do that because like it would slow everything down. So that would be kind of frustrating when it came down to it. So I was like, you know what, I can't edit my videos on my computer anymore. So I'm just going to essentially move on. And yeah. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do right now. So, if anything, that's essentially why I'm not editing my own videos right now. When I do eventually go back to editing my videos, it won't necessarily be videos here. It probably would. It'd probably be like a couple of them or something. I don't know. I mean, I really have no idea. Because the other thing about it is, with Alex, I'm also, technically kind of paying him, like, as much as I can because I don't have a lot of money. Well, I mean, I'm getting a lot of money now due to unemployment, I'll tell you that. So I'll definitely be paying him more per video. He's gonna like that. So, but yeah, because I mean, I could do these videos for free, but since he's not in the best of situations when it comes to monetary stuff, you might as well pay him, whatever he accepts or whatever he wants or something. So there's that kind of situation here. I'll answer a couple of questions right now so I can like at least catch up because I know some of you guys are asking some questions and you kind of want me to basically answer some of your questions right now. So I'll do it and then we'll get to the main topic. So I'll try to do this as quick as I can. So going all the way back to the beginning, where was the first question? No, I already answered that one. Brian says, will you review Looney Tunes cartoon HBO Max? No, because, I mean, I could No, not really. I mean, I could if I wanted to, I could possibly review like the first episode that they released on YouTube. But if you're talking about like the whole series in general, I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't have HBO Max, and I don't know if I'm going to get another streaming service. Like, there's a couple of shows I'd like to see on Disney Plus, but for whatever reason, I don't really plan on getting Disney Plus anytime soon. I mean, I can do it now. I can afford it now with the money I'm getting right now, but like it's I don't know. It's not a priority to for me to get to join some of these streaming services. You know what I mean? Which kind of sucks because like again, there's some things I would like to see, but because I don't have these streaming services, I'm not able to see it. So that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Let's see. Continuing on. Oh yeah, he did mention there were two episodes, Pest Coaster and Wet Cement. Yeah, that's true. Because I did see both of those. Those were pretty funny, to be honest. So you never know. We'll see. Clock Ringa says we finally got a premiere for the first. Wow, can't read. First Adventure Time Disneyland special BMO and the animated series from the creator of regular show Close, title Close Enough. So, with the creator of Close Enough, was that a show that was supposed to be on like TBS or something? Because I know that he was working on another cartoon, and it never aired. Like we saw commercials for it, but it never went on TV. And so I guess that's the one you're talking about. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was called that or if it was something else. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue here. Polly says, "Do you like Scooby Doo?" Yeah, Scooby Doo is not like my most favorite cartoon out there, but it's been a part of my childhood for a while since you had a couple of Scooby Doo shows on Cartoon Network. So yeah, I do like Scooby Doo. I haven't seen any of the newer cartoons or any of the newer movies recently, but yeah, Scooby Doo is still a good cartoon in my opinion. Lob City 2.0 says if this virus persists, the movie theaters will be out of business and completely disappear. Pretty much. I mean, like honestly, like I think that's yeah. If anything, it won't just even be movie theaters, but it'll also be like a lot of other businesses when you truly think about it. Like a lot of other businesses that kind of rely on people to go to or to and fro or whatever. It's like it's going to be out of business when you think about it. Like I mean, especially considering with movie theaters, like movies can just yeah easily just release online, and they could make they're not gonna make the same amount of money in one weekend, like say how you would in a movie in the box office and whatnot. Like it, going to the movies. Um, but I mean, sometimes that's kind of the easier route, but that's gonna be something I will talk about a little later. So we'll definitely get to that. But you got a very good point. Like it's like if it gets worse and worse and worse, and movie theaters might not really exist for that much longer. You never know. You never know what happens, especially when you got idiots out there that decide not to wear a mask and decide, to not social distance. It's like, people, come on. You know what I mean? Let's see. Quick. Bryson says your thoughts on murder horned bees. I think I talked about that in my last stream. I'm not sure. If I did, they suck, and we need Japanese bees, and we also need some praying mantis. Yeah, actually, I did talk about this in my last stream. So, yeah, I hope I never come across one, or I will scream. Click clock. Damn it, I can't say your name. Sorry. The SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, might not come to theaters anymore. Yeah, we haven't heard anything about that, but it would not surprise me if they release it on demand. Because like movie theaters for the most part aren't going to open. Like, you got states that are sure, there's some states that are opening, but a majority of us, at least in America, might I say, a majority of us are not really comfortable with going back out into the real world. You know what I mean? Like it's not really, a lot of us kind of decide no, we're gonna stay in. So there's that. So if anything, I'm sure it's not necessarily going to go to the theaters. I don't think they're gonna delay it. Like it wouldn't be a smart move for them specifically. Um, let's see here. Yeah, Pat says how much he missed. That's right. Doodle the Poodle says this virus is getting annoying now. Yeah, very annoying, 100%. Ms. Pat says, according to my neighbor friend, he says that all movie theaters are on their way out. However, they might bring back all movie drive-in theaters. That's also another point I wanted to mention. It is true. I mean, some of them are already starting to open up again, like these movie drive-in theaters. I think like yeah, I think that definitely will bring back the age of drive-in theaters because you'll be inside your car, definitely 6 feet away from other people. It will be mainly the safest way to be able to see a movie right now. If you wanted to go out to like a theater, it would definitely be a drive-in theater this time. I would probably do it once, just for the sake of saying I've been to a drive-in theater. Because I mean, obviously, I never done drive-in theaters, drive-in movies before. Even though there is a place that's maybe about like 10, 15, or 20 minutes away from my house, and it is a drive-in movie theater. Except because they haven't been doing a lot of drive-in movie theater, showings or whatnot, that place has kind of been converted into like a supermarket. Well, not a supermarket, but a place where you can do, I guess, farmers markets and whatnot, or swap meets and stuff. Um, but it wouldn't surprise me if that specific area, because sometimes when I drive by it, I see this big building and it's a screen on the other side. And so it wouldn't surprise me if they were to like probably fix that area up a little bit and actually go back to showing some movies over there. Like it literally wouldn't surprise me. Um, that definitely will most likely be the new norm for now. Let's see what else. Noodles are. Bryson says noodles are great foods. Yes, they are. Definitely, they're easy to cook too, 100%, and you can fix them as any way you want to. Mr. Pat 55 says, and all the while online sharing will continue to thrive, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Um, Lob City says there are ads whenever I click back to join your stream. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know I even had ads on my stream. Legit. Um. Okay. Hi. Already said. Some of these. This says new video, and then Mr. Pat 55 says, "Do you think Trump is to blame for the virus?" I think he's to blame for probably for the virus spreading as rampantly as it did, at least in this country. Like I'm not gonna blame him for how bad it's gotten around the entire world because that would just be ludicrous in my personal opinion. But in terms of how it is in America right now, it's definitely his fault because he didn't act as fast as he should have. Not only that, but like you got situations now where he is essentially just saying things are fine, we're testing well, we need to get back to work, and blah blah blah. And like, I mean, I understand ish where he's coming from when he says we need to get back to work because there's going to be people out there that lost their jobs and they want to get back to work so they can continue to make money. So in a way, I can understand that. But at the same time, it's like we have all these states right now, like California, for example. We're if anything, the number of cases we're getting, and I think the same can be said for the number of deaths we have in this state alone. It's really kind of just staying at the same number. Not as if, and when I mean that, I don't mean as if we're not getting any more new cases, we're not getting any more people dying. It means like the same amount of like say we have 500 more cases of the coronavirus in the state. That's essentially kind of like on average what we're getting each day. I mean that's just a number I'm putting out there. It might be true, it might not be true. I don't. We might be getting less. We might be getting more than that. I don't know. But that's like on a daily basis of kind of like what, what's happening. Whereas you got some other states where they were low at some point, but now they kind of decided to open up their states and, you know, open up businesses. And some of them aren't really even wearing masks or not really doing any social distancing and whatnot. And you got all these peaks happening now. There's some of these states that are now seeing a peak rise in cases. And so it's kind of funny when you see our president still saying our country's doing well. We need to go back to work. We need to open up our country. The American people want to open back our country and stuff like that. When in reality, well, I'm not sure if this is 100% reality or if it's like opinion or what. I don't know, but it seems like a majority of Americans would rather stay home and try to defeat this virus and at least let it die out or get to a number where it's low enough to where we can eventually be more comfortable going back to work or going back outside and hanging out with other people and blah 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 and what have you. So yeah, in my personal opinion, in terms of how it was handled in this country and how we are so bad right now. I mean, like we have 100, not 100, way more than that. We got 1.3 million cases, probably 1.4 million cases right now in this country, and yeah, I mean, and it isn't even just him. If I got to be honest with you, it's him, and it's some of these idiotic governors that are running some of these states that aren't taking this crap seriously. You know, and it is frustrating. And then you got all these people who aren't taking this damn thing seriously. They're like, oh, it's the flu. You know, like it's just the flu. Like the flu's killed more people than the coronavirus did last year, and yada yada yada. And it's like, but the coronavirus hasn't been around for an entire year yet. It's not a fair comparison. And it's killing people at a rapid pace, or it was for a while, and I don't know how rampant it's killing people now. But, you know, and not only that, but we don't know that much about the virus either. So it's I don't know. I don't know. It's something, if I got to be honest, that frustrates me every single day because I hear so many people saying things and so many people saying such idiotic things. And let me say one thing and make something very, very clear here. I am not speaking as if I am an expert or as if I know everything because there's things that I'm probably saying about this virus in terms of cases and deaths and whatever that are probably wrong. You know, like I don't know. To be honest with you, there's some things that I might be saying that's definitely wrong. Like I never ever claim as if what I say is factual. But with that being said, like there's certain people out there that definitely do say some idiotic things that are kind of just like, you know, like there's this one story, and I'll try to get back to the chat very soon. There's this one guy who got upset that one of his stores wanted him to wear a mask, and he actually threatened to bring his gun. He threatened to bring a gun and actually threatened that if somebody says you gotta wear a mask to get into our store, like a security guard or something, he was gonna threaten that he was gonna bring his gun and be like, hey, I can shoot you and something like that. Like he didn't say it up front to him like that. Like, oh, you're gonna tell me to wear a mask? I'm gonna shoot you and all that kind of stuff. Like he didn't necessarily say any of that. But you know, like he was kind of threatening to bring a gun over to the store because he had to wear a mask, which is stupid. And the firm that he worked for, because he was, excuse me, either an attorney or a lawyer, fired him because of that post. So, you know, you got some people out there that are just, Christ, fucking hiccups, man, incredibly stupid. So, excuse me for a second. Okay. Ah, jeez, it's still there. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, if I hiccup one more time, I'm gonna get some more water. I mean, over. Yeah. Yep, still there. Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry. These hiccups are incredibly annoying. Jesus. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to it. But yeah, so case in point, yeah, this whole epidemic is just bringing out so much very dumbass people. Okay. So let's again continue on very quickly. Brian Arson says, I got Instagram and Twitter too. I'm never gonna have a Twitter. I mean, I don't like Twitter. Not really the site itself, but just like how toxic Twitter is. Like it's just I can't stand Twitter, to be honest. Loud City says, I understand, no need to worry about the videos, take your time. Thank you. The only reason why, like, I kind of, not really freak out about videos, but the reason why I kind of, really want to try to get more videos out, or, because I kind of want to keep, as I said, I think I said it before, I want to try to keep a consistent schedule when it comes to uploading. You know, so at the very least, I could keep some momentum in terms of me, because, like, sometimes what I tend to do is, if I don't make a video one week, then I'm going to probably forget to make a video the next week. And it continues on, and it's like, oh, snap, I got to make a video, and blah, 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 blah. You know, because there's been a lot of times when I've been gone for 2 weeks, which is fine, I guess, ish. Or, oh, well, I've been gone for 1 week. But there's been some instances where I've been gone for 2 weeks, or I've been gone for a full month. And it's like, I don't want to continue to do that, so I want to really try to continue making more videos every single week, you know what I mean? So I've been definitely trying to improve when it comes to that. And I think I've improved somewhat. But yeah, like, I mean, if there's a video that I end up doing that is gonna take more time to do, then, you know, obviously I'll have to let you guys know and or whatnot. But you know, so that's that kind of situation right there. Let's see. Continuing on. Oof. Wait, hold on. Did I? No, it just. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Jessica Showman says, do you know that there's going to be nothing on cable TV in the fall with 200 or 700 cable TVs, and what's your thoughts on it? Well, yeah. That's true, because there's not going to be, you know, since filming is not going in right now. Unless what some of these TV shows decide to do is to do, like, quarantine episodes where they have the cast members basically on, like, a Zoom meeting or whatever, and they read their lines on that. I don't know what's going to happen. However, what I will say is that definitely should not be slowing down animation. Because when you think about it, I personally think that animated shows can definitely strive during this time or continue on as they have, because anybody who's like a voice actor, they can record stuff at home with their own like professional microphone and professional setup and whatnot. So they can record their lines at home. Animators can animate at home. If you guys have been on Facebook or maybe on YouTube or whatnot, you would see that like Frozen's been putting these videos out almost every day for a month. Last month, it was a segment called I think Olaf at Home or something like that, and every single day they would have like Olaf, like a maybe a minute or 30-second clip of Olaf, like a new short with Olaf in it and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool. I mean, it had like all these different animators, one animator per short, which is pretty cool. And you wouldn't have known just by looking at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the animation looks pretty spot on in all of the shorts. And it doesn't look downgraded or anything. Like, all the stuff looks pretty top notch. So it was pretty cool that they were able to do that. So it shows that, you know, animators can continue to edit their video. They can continue to, you know, animate at home and whatnot. You know, there's certain ways around this. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where it is right now and whatnot. But that's kind of the cool part of it. You know, you can there's some things you can do at home and whatnot, but in terms of like filming like movies and everything like that. That's not going to be it. You're not. We're. It's going to be a while since we're going to see like until we see like a resurgence of new movies and new television shows and all that. Thomas Bush, hello, Josh. 2 questions. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Um, he says, one, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Things are well. Again, I'm getting my unemployment benefits, like I'm getting money, so it's good. More money than I've gotten working at some other jobs, definitely. So I'm happy with that. I mean, they're adding $600 to each week, so that's I mean that's already a lot of money each week when you think about it. So yeah, which is why I'm most likely gonna try to get a new computer for my birthday, which is next month. Um, so that was your first question, and second, you say, remember when I talked about Blue's Clues in the live chat? Well, do you remember the songs of that show? If you're talking about like the original, well, yeah, I'm sure you're talking about the original show. Of course, I remember. I mean, I remember most of the songs. Like none of the songs that would be like, oh, an exclusive to this episode or anything. But obviously, like I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's like episodes that I probably don't remember, but a lot of stuff from Blue's Clues I definitely remember, if anything else. Like obviously the characters, Steve, his songs, and some of his antics and whatnot, the Blue Skidoo and everything. Like I mean, obviously there's gonna be all this stuff that I remember, if anything else. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, Matt Pat55 says, if Seth MacFarlane ever decided to move forward on a Family Guy movie, would you ever consider watching it and doing a review on it? Probably not. Like, I'm not that big into Family Guy anymore. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that hate the show now. I don't personally hate it, excuse me, but it's not a show that I really watch anymore, and I don't really have like an interest in watching it anymore. I guess like I don't know. Like older episodes, fine. I haven't really seen any newer episodes, but I'm just not interested anymore. Like it's not my type of show anymore. If that makes any sense. Claude says they should just air the SpongeBob movie 3 on Nickelodeon. Here's why they're most likely not going to do that. The reason why Nickelodeon is most likely not going to put SpongeBob uh, Sponge on the Run, I think, why they're not going to just put it on the channel itself. It's mainly because if they were to do that, there's no way they're getting their money back from how much they spent making this video. I mean, making this movie. There is no way they'd be able to do that. They would want people to buy the movie so they can get their money's worth, right? Because, like, again, with the Trolls World Tour, they eventually, after I guess maybe 2 weeks or so, in fact, since I'm on the computer right now, I can look that up right now, but or at the very least see where they are in terms of box office. But Trolls World Tour, I mean, slowly but surely, because they spent around roughly $100 million on the entire movie. And so within the couple of weeks that they have released it online, or a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or so, they made back the $100 million. And let's see if their numbers were updated. I don't know how much. Yeah, I think they made around 100 million or so. Either way, they were pretty successful. Yeah, they were pretty successful, if anything else, when they released it online. So they made a pretty good amount of money, if anything. So, and that's why you have movies like Scoob, who decided that instead of delaying the release, that they were just going to release it for on demand purposes. Because they saw how successful Trolls World Tour was, and so now that's why they're going to do it, so they can try to be just as successful, if not more successful. You know what I mean? Also, and you know, so that's kind of the whole thing about it. Like generally, when it comes to movies, when they make, you know, movies, they cost like around millions of dollars. Like the cheapest movie probably be like maybe 5 million or so. But 5 million to 100 millions of dollars and blah blah blah, right? So of course their goal is to try to recoup all of that money. So that's why, you know, when it comes to movie theaters, of course, there's more possibility for them to make that money back because a lot of times some of these movies that spend millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on creating it, they'll most likely sometimes make that money back on the very first weekend. So that's kind of honestly why there's some movies that are deciding to delay their release to next year instead of releasing it online, because even though Trolls World Tour did make their money back, it's still a bit muddy waters in terms of, or it's still like muddy a little bit in terms of like if they would be able to make all of their money back. You know, like there's going to be some movies out there that might not be able to do that. So they're not really willing to risk it. It's not even just a matter of greed. It's just like, you know, with businesses and how they are, of course, you know, you spend a certain amount of money, you would kind of want to recoup that money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it is. So when it comes to the third SpongeBob movie, Nickelodeon isn't just going to put it onto their channel. Like if it was a made for TV movie, obviously they would, because they would have been spending a lot less money. They wouldn't have as big of a budget as a regular feature length film, right? Or just a feature film that you would put in the movies. So I don't know how much money they spent on this new SpongeBob movie, but with all the money they spent, there's no way they're releasing it to Nickelodeon. Not yet. That may happen within a year later or 2 years later, because for whatever reason they kind of premiered these movies 2 years after putting it on television. After, well, you know, they premiered 2 years later on TV after it's been released on the movies. And maybe another reason why they do that is also because, um, you know, digital downloads, like buying digital and rents and DVD sales and whatnot. That's probably, you know, another way for them to make money and stuff like that. And even though if they air it on TV, they would, of course, get money from the advertisers that are advertising the on the channel, but that also depends on how many people are tuning in as well. So it's kind of that whole situation there. So them that would be kind of a risky move to put SpongeBob on Nickelodeon, especially if people record it. Then there's no way that they'd be getting more viewers on another airing. You know what I mean? So, if anything, that's kind of the whole situation. They're most likely gonna end up just putting it online for purchase. So that's kind of gonna be how it goes when it comes to that. All right, so if that makes any sense, anyway. Let's see. Continuing. Bryson says a We Bare Bears movie. I heard recently, like I think about a month ago, that they finished the last drawing or the last frame of anime or something. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for that one. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be about or whatever. I hope that this doesn't mean that that's gonna be like the end of the We Bare Bears series. I mean, even though they're gonna have a spin-off series with the baby cubs, but like I hope, or the baby bears or the bear cubs or whatever you want to call them. But I hope that the original series, the original We Bare Bears, is not kaput, not done. Like, hopefully that's not the end of that. Lob says, "Wait, there's a We Bare Bears movie?" Yeah, it says, "Well, nothing wasn't confirmed yet from Cartoon Network." True, but as I said, the people who are working on it did. Well, actually, no, they technically did confirm it. We all basically knew there was going to be a movie of We Bare Bears, and I think Cartoon Network did confirm that. SJW stuff. I don't know where that comes from, so I will continue here. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on what'll happen to movie theaters. The mascot from Fruit Loops changed. Bryson said that. Mr. Matt Pats 55 says, "Can't wait to hear your thoughts." I'll get to that very soon. But yeah, Bryson says the mascot from Fruit Loops changed. Yeah, yeah. Toucan Sam is changed. I remember seeing the first commercial of that, and I was like, "Oh, that's probably just the style of the commercial for whatever reason." But no, that was the actual change of Toucan Sam. I obviously people hate it. I don't really have that big of an issue with it. Like I think it's just the fact that I don't care. It's like it is what it is. I guess I don't know. I mean I don't know really, but like I kind of don't really care all that much, and so it's whatever to me. But it's understandable why people are upset about it. But it's whatever still. Us, So I'm gonna continue on. The pandemic certainly brings out the worst in people, Mr. Pat55 says. 100%, I agree with you on that. Then you also say, so why is there a rumor that season 24 of South Park might get delayed due to the virus? That shouldn't happen. Like, it shouldn't happen. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, like, you'd think that with animated shows and whatnot, they could continue, because, again, they could do things at home. But maybe there's another element to it that would be tough for them to do at home, I guess. Maybe, I really, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% sure when it comes to that. Cloud says, one of the creators of DuckTales Reboot has confirmed that David Tennant still records his lines as Scrooge McDuck at home. Yeah, I mean, again, you can do that. Like you can get a microphone or a professional type of microphone, or if anything, it wouldn't surprise me if you were to be in these shows, right? And when this quarantine has happened, it wouldn't surprise me if these companies were to send these voice actors microphones to record at home. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, so they can continue to have the same type of quality and all that. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that would be the case. So I will definitely start on the topic of this stream, if anything else. How long have we been streaming for? 53 minutes. Okay. I don't know how much longer I will go, but yeah. So let's get to it. And again, if you want to talk about say anything in regards to this as well, you definitely can. But yeah, so for me, when it comes to like these movie theaters and like the future of movie theaters, it all really, when you think about it, it all kind of really depends on how things go. Because as somebody said much earlier, it if things continue to get worse, then movie theaters might definitely be a thing in the past. Like, people will most likely not really be all that comfortable with being around other people and all that stuff. Though the other thing you would have to think about is whether movie theaters would be willing to somewhat compromise or change. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, and say if this was something that was, I guess, safe enough to do, is say if a movie theater was willing to say restrict how many people can be in each theater, like in each room, or it's say they can restrict how many people can be in each room seeing each movie. But also it wouldn't surprise me if it were to be like if they wanted to stay in business, if they could, if like restricting certain seats, right? Like you'll have one chair, then you'll have like maybe 2, 3, or 4 chairs next to you empty, and then you got another one, and you got another one, and then maybe the row in front of you will probably have to be closed off, and then you know what I mean? Like that probably would be like if they were to come up with that kind of system, maybe movie theaters would be, if they were willing to do that, maybe something good could come out of that. But the thing about it is that would also probably, when you truly think about it, is it would not cause them to make as much money as they usually would if they would be able to like fill up these seats. Hold on just for a quick second. Did it unplug? No, it's still charging. Okay. Just want to make sure. But yeah, like when you think like that would kind of be an interesting concept if they were to do that. That would also apply to um not sports, but well, it could apply to sports, but I'm not sure. But like it would also apply to like say Broadway theater and live theater in general. You know, like if it were to get to the point where you could still do those performances, but you would have like people spaced out throughout the entire show and whatnot. That would kind of be interesting, but that would be if these companies or these theaters would be like willing to do something like that, knowing how much money they would be losing in the process, I guess. Even though they're already losing a lot of money now because like no one's going to the theaters anyway, when you really think about it. But also when it comes down to it, like if things do eventually begin to get better, maybe they'll start off that way to the point where it's somewhat safer enough to start going back to where things used to be. You never know. And that's the thing. Like, we don't know if there's ever going to be, like, going back to a certain normality, I guess, where, like, where things used to be, or will things forever be changed because of this epidemic? We have no idea. We don't know. I keep kicking this tripod. We don't know what will possibly go back to normal or what can recover from this and what won't be able to recover from this. That's the thing. We don't know. Or just the face of certain things that are changing. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's kind of the same with like a lot of entertainment right now. Again, besides animation, because you can see animation being able to edit, animate, do all these things at home. All these people can do that. That's all very possible. But when it comes to like filming, right? What are they going to be able to do? Like with filming, you have like obviously you got the actors on the set, especially like say if it's like a scene like at a restaurant or in the movies, and you got like all the background actors and stuff like that. But then you also have the cameramen, you have the producers, you got the grips, you got the people who do lighting, you got the people who are directors, you got the writers, you got like so many people back, behind the scenes. How would they be able to navigate that? Or would when it comes to filming, or would it be like say would the only kind of scenes we would be able to do nowadays would involve like say a two-person scene, or would only two people be able to film a scene at a time, right? Like with the face of not just movie theaters, but when you think about like entertainment, like filming, how would that change? Would we be able to go back to the same way as it was before in terms of filming, or would everything be completely different? You know what I mean? Like there's some people that are talking about like will we be able to hug, kiss, or do these make out scenes anymore? Will we be able to do sex scenes in movies anymore? And like will it be able to happen? Who knows? That's the thing. We don't know. Maybe I mean I don't know what else to tell you, but we really don't know. Um but yeah, that's kind of like just an interesting thing to really think about when it comes to entertainment, especially when it comes to TV shows, especially since they would have to come out with things every single week. Would they be able to do a quarantine type of television show, or would they be able, or whatever? Or when I was talking about like, would you be only be able to have two people per scene nowadays? It would be interesting, say, if they wanted to film a scene, it would be between two people, but you would only have one person doing camera, and say everybody else would be like either in a separate room, or they would be this or they would be that. I don't know. Like that would be interesting, but that would be probably a bit too complicated to the point where it probably wouldn't happen. So, filming, I wouldn't say that the days of making television shows, like filming television shows or filming movies, are numbered. I'm pretty sure they would not allow for that to happen. So, it probably won't happen for a while when you think about it. Who knows? When you think about it, I really have no clue. Um, But yeah, again, that all just really depends on if things get worse or things get better or what have you. And also, when you really think about it, like, if things continue to get worse, then yeah, will movie theaters probably be in the dust? Most likely. Like, there's going to be some theaters out there that will probably just shut their doors and say, okay, things are not getting any better. We're not sure if we're going to be able to get back to doing these kinds of things, so we're going to shut down. And also, that when you think about it, that also really does depend on how many movies are willing to release their content online for purchase. That's another thing that also depends when you think about it. Because not every single movie so far has been showing that they're willing to do that. Um, like, again, Fast and the Furious, instantly they delayed it to next year, right? You got Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit could have most likely, well, Peter Rabbit 2. Peter Rabbit could have most likely been released online. I mean, they probably could still do it, when you think about it. Like, they probably see how Trolls World Tour did and how Scoob might do. That also probably depends on how well Scoob does and how well they perform. And whatever other movie you see, they probably will say, hey, you know what? Maybe we can release on demand, and we'll probably be able to still get our money back and then some. You know what I mean? Like, they probably, when you think about it, you have to wonder how many like movies or movie studios are willing to say, let's release our movies to people's computer screens or television screens now. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure you can't hold on to these films forever. You know what I mean? Like, you probably would not be able to just say, okay, we're going to delay it. Oh, they're not opening next year. We'll delay it to 2022. We'll delay it to 2023. You can't do that. Like, at some point or another, you're going to have to release these films. And whether it's online or maybe you do these drive-in theaters, which will most likely be making a big comeback, it wouldn't surprise me if they started building more of these drive-in theaters as well. And that's another thing when you think about it. Like, if they were to do these drive-in theaters, it probably still wouldn't be able to make as much money as if they were to put it in regular theaters, because they would probably only be able to do, I'd say, maybe, well, depending on where you live when you think about it, because like there's certain states or certain areas of the country where you wouldn't be able to do that because of like the sunlight, right? And when I mean that, I mean, so in certain areas the sun goes down earlier, and sometimes the sun goes down a lot later. Big example. In California currently, our sun practically starts to go down around 6:30, and it's generally fully down maybe around 7:30 or 8 o'clock or whatnot. In some other states, the sun doesn't really go down until around maybe 10 o'clock or something. I've been to places like that. Well, where like I've been to Montana to visit family up there, and the sun would literally not start to set until like maybe 9:30 or so. And it wouldn't be something that I'm used to. I'm surprised that at this time the sun is still out. Like, it's not like all the way up or anything. Like, it's not incredibly bright, but it's like it's still up to the point where like the sky is not dark. Like, you know what I mean? So that would kind of depend on like locations when you think about it, where they would be able to do drive-in theater. But even with that being said, like with drive-in theaters, you probably would most likely, it would have to be one theater per one movie per theater when you think about it, because with movie theaters you could have like multiple rooms and you can show multiple movies, whereas if it were to be a drive-in theater, you probably would only be able to show one movie. Or you could possibly show two movies, where it'd be like, okay, at this time we show this movie and at this time we would show another movie or something like that. So it would definitely be interesting where things go when it comes to movie theaters and whatnot. Um, now let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention here. Um, I'm not sure. I guess I don't think that was it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say when it comes to my perspective, I guess. Um so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of all I can really say right now, or at the very least, at the top of my head, that's kind of the only thing I can mention. Well, here's another thing I can also mention as well. I think I correct me if I'm wrong, honestly, but I think the second movie that's been released or that is being released is Scoob. And notice how these two movies, Trolls World Tour and Scoob, are both geared towards kids or families, right? Now, it won't surprise me if we started seeing like if you know, as I said once earlier, if like the SpongeBob movie were to be released on demand. Again, it's not going to be released on Nickelodeon. I'm 100% sure they will not release it on Nickelodeon because of the fact that they won't be able to get back the money that they spent making this movie. So, you know, when you truly think about it, like it most likely will be okay. It most likely will be the heck? That's strange. Okay, no, I'm getting it. It's like I'm looking at like the view count is like two different numbers on the phone and on the computer. But yeah, when you think about it, it will most likely, you know, be released on demand. And if there's any other movies that were geared towards kids that were supposed to come out to the theaters this as well, they will most likely be put on demand as well. Now, you would probably have to ask yourself, why would that be? Why is it that all these kid movies are being released on demand instead of delaying it for whatever? And the reason that I personally believe as to why some of these movies are being released um, on demand instead of waiting for the theaters to reopen again, I would have to take a guess that it would be because it's geared towards kids. Kids would probably be upset if their movie were to be delayed to another year by a few months and whatnot. So, and since these kids know when these movies were supposed to come out and they're expecting when the movie to come out, and be like, hey, it comes out here, I'll go see it in the theaters. If they were to find out that that were to be delayed, they probably would be a little bit upset about it. So, and you know, and also that kind of, in my personal opinion, it also kind of, and that's just something I'm thinking about when you think. I'm not sure, flubbering right now, but I think that it's also just another way of being able to give kids some entertainment while they're at home, most likely doing nothing. I mean, yeah, you got YouTube, you still got TV, and whatnot. You got Netflix if they have Netflix. You got Hulu if they have Hulu. You got Disney Plus if they got Disney Plus. But it, in my personal opinion, I would probably think that, you know, there's some movies that were going to the movie theaters that they were still looking forward to. So if you were to release it online, they would be like, yeah, I can just see it online and stuff like that. So it would be beneficial not only to the movie theater studios or the movie studios industry and whatnot to be able to release it online so they can still get the money back from that they spent from the movie, but you would also have to say that excuse me, you'd also have to say it'd be beneficial for the kid because they would still be able to see the movie if they were waiting sometimes months for. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my reasoning as to why that's probably happening generally with these kids movies, because I would have to assume that if it were to be adults or like movies that are geared more towards adults, they can wait. Like, I mean, like that might be the mindset, but you know, when you technically think about it, yeah, they can technically wait for their movie to come out. They can have other things to do and whatnot. Probably not that big a priority, but also their movies are probably a bit more expensive than family films. Maybe, I don't know. Like that, again, I could be wrong about a lot of things that I'm saying right now. I honestly don't know, but that's kind of just at this point, it's kind of speculation when you think about it. I think if anything, that's about all I really have to say to when it comes to the topics of where movie theaters or the future of movie theaters, if anything. Um, because also, when you think about it, like a lot of these movie theater studios were probably. Oh, actually, there was another thing I wanted to mention, but I'll continue that afterwards. But there was you think about it, these other movie studios and stuff, or probably directors, who knows who really decides the decision to put it online. Maybe the director does, or maybe the studio say, hey, we're gonna put it online. You never know. But if we see these movies being released online, and if we see that it becomes more successful to put it online, and you see the kind of success these movies get, then you'll most likely see a whole lot more movies, following suit at some point. Now, interestingly enough, it's a little funny because, like, when Universal decided to put Trolls World Tour online, later on, AMC decided that they were going to no longer air Universal movies at their theaters anymore because they decided to do this. And it was a little funny in my personal opinion, because it's like they definitely should not have done that. Like, considering where we are right now, where we really can't go to these theaters, you can't really blame them for saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and release this movie online. Also, again, as I said before, it's a kids movie. They're most likely not going to want to wait a bit too much longer to see the movie. Now, granted, sometimes it can come with certain other difficulties, like some people may not be able to have access to the internet, and so because of that, they probably won't be able to see the Trolls World Tour movie. But then again, you got some people that don't really have access to movie theaters. Some people may not be able to afford to see the movies. You know what I mean? So it's all somewhat muddy waters in terms of that. But, like, I think it is a little crazy that AMC decided to push back and say, because you released this movie on demand, we're not going to air any more of your movies. It's like, we're living in different times right now where we're not able to go to the theaters. And even if the theaters open up, it's probably not going to be filled with people. Most people want to stay home right now. And even when stay-at-home orders probably lift up in certain states, you're probably still going to have a majority of people that want to stay home for their sake, for their safety, and also, because we don't truly know if things will get better, if things will get worse, or if it's truly gone or whatever. Most people will want to go when things are 100% safe. And we may never get to 100% safe, but if we can get like 90% or even 95% or something like that, that's better than nothing when you think about it. So, yeah. So that's basically all I really have to say, I guess, in terms of that. There may be a couple of things that I'm missing right now. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to go all the way to the bottom of the chat because I know there were certain people that were replying to what I was saying, or at least responding to the things I was saying. So I'll probably respond to them since it's going to be a bit more relevant. So I'll respond to them first, and then I'll, of course, go back. And see what else is going on. So let me see, where did that start? Let's see. Oh, so Cool Kid. Why was that held for review? I don't get it. Cool Kid 679 says, "Yo, if you're still here, yo, how you doing? I don't know why YouTube decided to put that message in review. Like you said, yo, that's not a bad word. Like, the hell?" But anyway, Video Bird 300. I don't think I've ever seen you in the stream, and if you are new, then welcome. Your comments are as follows. You say Netflix is a Netflix in a nutshell. Yes, please bring back drive-in theaters. That would kind of become. I'm sure that's gonna happen. And they said nobody does drive-in theaters anymore. Coming soon, the first R-rated movie by Disney is a joke. And then blah blah blue. Just goes a thing, and then you say, yeah. Okay, so that was basically most of the replies to the to me rambling about the movie theaters and whatnot. So, if anything, I'm gonna just go back to some of the questions. Jesus, I am like seriously. Um, let's see. Let me try to, because I was completely overblown out there. Excuse me. Okay, so let's see if it's a little better, because yeah. Okay, so anyway, let me go ahead and no, I'm still kind of. I go over here and I'm still a little fleshed out. That's a little weird. You know what? Screw it. Doesn't matter. So let's. Where was I when I first left off? Um, Thomas. I think that's kind of where I left off. Yeah. So Thomas Bush says two more questions. One, what is your best rant? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. What was my best rant on this channel? Because I don't know if I could really choose one myself, but um yeah, what would you guys say was the best rant on this channel? I wouldn't know, but that's up to you guys. And your second question is, did you watch Sponge on the Run movie? And if you did, and if yes, did you like it? The movie hasn't come out yet. It's not released. I mean, if you were talking about Sponge Out of Water, that's the second movie that's been released, and yeah, I did like that movie. But in terms of the third movie, Sponge on the Run, that has not been released yet, so I can't say anything about it. Mr. Pat 55 says it's kind of how Marvel just won't put Black Widow on Disney Plus because Marvel depends heavily on box office numbers to make big bucks. That yeah, that's essentially what it is with a lot of these studios. They depend on box office for the big bucks because that's kind of where you get the money. Because you got like hundreds, thousands, millions of movie theaters around the country, around the world, and they're airing these movies over and over and over and over again multiple times throughout the day. That's really where the money is, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why movie executives and studios and whatnot are making some of the decisions that they are making. Um, he also asked, so much as I would love for Black Widow to be released on Disney Plus ASAP. I just don't see that happening anytime soon, but who knows? It may happen. Well, with Disney Plus, since it's, you got to pay to have Disney Plus, it's possible. I don't really know how they do that in terms of like you put a movie on Disney Plus, um, right? Like how would they be making their money back from that? Is it just the amount of views they get would be generating a certain amount? I don't know how they do it, to be honest. Or maybe like when they put advertisements on. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it's something. Let's see here. Especially with the way things are going. Muhahus, hello, welcome. You say, what type of collection do you have? Movies, stamps, or anything? I don't really have that much of a collection of anything. My mom definitely has a collection of like old um, record vinyl discs. She still has an old record player, so she has a collection of that. She has a collection of CDs as well, a lot of albums. And she also has a collection of stamps, which if she were to decide to sell some of these stamps, they could be worth a lot of money. So I mean, but in terms of me, not really. I mean, I guess you could claim this stuff back here. It's a collection of plush toys, I guess. It's messy. I don't know. Uh, but if you're talking about like a big collection of anything, I don't really have much. Where am I? Oh yeah, Mr. Pat 55 says, "Did you hear that the Lighthouse will be getting two movies? One is live action and another is animated." I know one is live action. I didn't know that we were going to get a second animated movie of the Loud House. So that's cool. I would have to assume that animated movie would most likely be their TV movie or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. Video Bird 33 just says, "Hey Josh, did you ever see the Oogie Loves Big Balloon Adventure, aka the movie that tells kids to get out of their seats and dance like idiots?" No. even remember. You know what? Again, on the computer right now, I can look that up. I mean, I think I remember because Oogie Loves. That sounds familiar. Oogie Loves. Which? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I remember that. Obviously, I wasn't. I wouldn't watch that movie. That's not. I mean, yeah, sure. This is coming from somebody that still watches a couple of shows that would be on either Nick Jr. or Disney Jr. Like whatever. Yeah, sure. But that certainly would not. I don't know if I would be able to survive 2 hours of a movie like that. Um, but yeah, I barely even remember that movie to begin with. Like I didn't. Yeah. What the hell would that even have been about anyway? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm kind of caught up, I think. Um, let's see here. Where am I? I'm trying to answer some questions here. There's some people. Let's see. So here. When discount was a thing, I'm pretty sure there's still plenty of people out there that are going to movie drive-ins today. I mean, that's kind of the only thing that they can do at this point. The only thing you would be able to do if you wanted to see a movie is to go out to the drive-through. And again, I apologize for my face being like very. Let me try to close this and see if that really helps out. Seems like I don't know. It might have been that one. I don't know. Let me just try something. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'll just keep it like this, I guess. Let's see here. Is there any other questions? Pretty sure there's still plenty of people. Jessica. Yeah, this is better that way. No, I'm still. It's kind of still fleshing my face out. That doesn't matter. So Jessica Shulman says there's not going to be any celebrity scandal gossip news on TV, and that's a good thing. What's your thoughts on it? No, that's not really gonna happen. Like E! News is still, well, entertainment news is still gonna go on. Extra is gonna still go on. It's gonna continue to happen. Honestly, like it doesn't that doesn't matter. Like celebrities are gonna continue to be talked about, whether it be a scandal or not. Like it's gonna. It's going to continue. Video says nobody does circuses and giant tents in the middle of Kansas City anymore. Now they go to a building like Roop Arena. Okay. That's not 100% true. Like there's still circuses that do tents. So tent circuses are not. Their days aren't. Well, their days are probably numbered now, but that still happens. Circuses don't only go to arenas nowadays anymore. Nicholas Jackson, welcome, says, "What do you think of the Boondocks returning on HBO Max?" I was never really that big of a Boondocks fan, to be honest with you. Not because I didn't like the series, I just never watched the show. Like I just didn't get into it. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are definitely excited for that because it's always been talked about. So it's cool, I guess. That's all I can really say about it. Video says your best rant was when the girl from Alston and Alley said she got a job and you said nobody cares. I don't remember which video that was. It was definitely one of my first rant videos, I think, but I don't remember which one that was. Nicholas Jackson also asked, do you listen to rap, and if so, what do you think of J. Cole? There's a couple of songs that I've heard from J. Cole. I don't listen to rap as often. Like I said in my last stream, not the biggest fan of rap. Never really was. But, there's certain songs that I'll listen to and jam out to nowadays, and I kind of somewhat have a bit more of appreciation to it. Certain kinds of rap, obviously. Like, gangster rap is not really my type, obviously. When they say the N-word constantly, and they're always calling women bitches and all that stuff, it's like, nah, that's just not my style right there. But, I think I've only heard to, like, a couple of songs from J. Cole, and from what I've heard, he seems alright. Like, my friend Javon, he doesn't like J. Cole, I think. Or was it somebody else? I think... Yeah, no, I think it's him. He personally doesn't like him though, but from what I've heard, he seems all right. Mr. Pat 55 says the animated Loud House movie is set to be released on Netflix. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know they were gonna have two movies, so this is a big surprise to me. Cloud says, "What animated series would you want to get an animated movie?" Oh, what animated show would I want there to get to get a movie? Definitely the Amazing World of Gumball. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like again, with the way the series ended, it was so like ominous in a way, I guess, or if that's the correct terminology to use. But like the way that they ended it, it was just so like it was weird because like it seemed like something big was about to happen, and then that was it. You know, like freaking Rob. And if you haven't seen the Amazing World of Gumball finale, spoilers, I guess. Sorry, but Rob falls into the void and it ends. It's like you know what I mean. So I think the Amazing World of Gumball definitely should get a movie, or at the very least, like try to I don't know continue on with what you were going to do. Like if they ended it any differently, where things all wrapped up, then obviously that would be a different situation. But like the way they ended that series was just so strange to me, and like it's who knows why they decided to end it like that. Maybe that they didn't have a choice or something. I really don't know, but I think they definitely should get a movie, so at the very least things could end. You know, so at the very least, you know, it can end on a high note and all the story could be wrapped up and blah blah blah. So that's where I'm at with that. Um, excuse me. Mr. Pat 55 says two shows I would love to be adopted to a movie are Family Guy and The Loud House. Yeah, Family Guy would definitely be interesting, but I don't know how that would work. To be honest, like I don't know. Like if they were to have to do a movie, they would have to just not do those cutaway gags constantly. Like that just would kind of just mess things up, in my personal opinion. Tom Mitchell says, "You remember Mail Time? We just got a letter song. Of course I do. How would I forget that? And again, as I said before, I remember everything from Blue's Clues, so you don't have to worry about that. Maybe a couple of characters I forgot, maybe, but most of the basics, of course, there's no way I'm gonna forget that. Like, absolutely not. Mr. Pat 55 says, "What about Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Is that still going on?" They'll probably Keeping Up with the Kardashians is most likely going to be like a quarantine edition. That would have to be my guess. But even with that being said, I don't care. Like I don't watch the Kardashians. I don't like the Kardashians. I can't stand the Kardashians. Whatever. Like they're all a bunch of fake people anyway. So like why should I have any time invested in those people? Whatever. That's all I can say. Cloud says the allows in two movies, one animated and one live action. And you say, what are your thoughts on A Million Ways to Die in the West? Is that a movie? Because if that's a movie, I don't think I've ever heard of that one before. So that one's definitely new to me. A movie or a television show. I remember a show on that used to be on Spike TV called A Thousand Ways to Die. I used to watch that when I was young. It was definitely an interesting series. I can tell you that. Woo-wee. But A Million Ways to Die in the West. That a series or is that a movie? I don't know. I never heard of it before. Mr. Pat 55 says I thought it was hilarious. So maybe it was a movie or something. I'm not sure. Clyde Karinga says Star versus the Forces of Evil should get a movie. I think they probably should have tried to end their series as a movie. Maybe that probably would have been able to wrap things up a lot better than how they did in the season finale or the series finale. Because looking back at the last season, it was definitely a mess, like 100%. Uh, that's my personal opinion. I think as of now, with how things ended, they would not be able to have a movie. Um, so yeah, but that would have been interesting if they did have a movie to end the series. I think Gravity Falls should have had a movie to end the series too, but their series ended pretty nicely, and so they did well. Nicholas Jackson says, honestly, I've never been a huge fan of The Loud House. I know I'm 17 and not the target audience, but to me, it's of quality, but it's just not that funny. I actually like Harvey Beaks better. I never ever seen a lot of Harvey Beaks. Like I've seen a few episodes or a couple of episodes, but I never got the chance to see all episodes or a lot of episodes. I should try to remedy that at some point, but never really got the chance to be able to see it. Also, with the Loud House, I will admit it's not my most favorite show out there, but it's definitely, I do happen to enjoy it. But it's definitely not like because there's certain things that they do that I will admit that I don't necessarily like, but it's but again, Loud House, again, not my most favorite show out there, but it is enjoyable to me. Continuing on. Why does it keep doing that? Like, it keeps losing some of the comments. Like, keep losing the place. Oh yeah, so one Mikey says you were given enough time to watch the Amazing Wood of Gumball finale. Yeah, if the finale was spoiled for you, that's kind of your fault. I'm just kidding, but yeah, that's true. Where am I right now? I keep playing with this pop filter because I'm just moving it here and all that. Cause I don't know why I keep doing it, but like whatever. Okay, where am I? Damn it. I want a Gumby movie or the M&M's movie. M&M's movie. I don't think there would be an M&M's movie, and would that be a good idea? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. And also Gumby. I'm guessing it's the old cartoon Gumby, or I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's another. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Let me know what Gumby is. Like I might know, and then I might not know. I'm not sure, but yeah. Claude says, "Have you seen She-Ra, the 2018 reboot series?" No. Not into it personally. Don't really. I never saw the original series She-Ra. Never seen the original series of He-Man. So the reboot, of course, is not really going to appeal to me, so I'm not really going to try at all to watch it, if anything else. Mr. Pat55 says, I agree Star vs. should have gotten a movie, but I think they already had a movie, but it was made for TV. No, they never had a movie. Unless, like, no, they definitely didn't have a movie. At least not that I can remember. Clyde Gringa says Rick and Morty should get a movie. Wouldn't surprise me if that happens with how popular it is. Like, if they were to go back to the movie theaters and whatnot, like, it probably would do very well. Video Bird 300 says, I do agree, if they do cutaways, it's just going to be a 2-hour episode. Legit, yeah, with Family Guy, I do agree 100%. Like, yeah. Cutaways would have to just be eradicated from the movie entirely. Unless they do, like, maybe 1 or 2 or something to call back to, like, the series. I don't know. But with most movies, you wouldn't want it to be exactly the same as the television series you're seeing. If that makes sense. Mr. Pat 55 says the Kardashians should have been canceled the moment they first aired. Yeah, like, why do we care about the Kardashians, honestly? Why do we give them attention? I don't know. Okay, so Mr. Pat 5 does talk about Million Ways to Die. He says, Million Ways to Die in the West is a movie that stars Seth MacFarlane and Charlize Theron, I guess that's how you say her name. It's from 2014. I don't know how I never heard of that movie before. Jessica Showman says, why do you think celebrity scandal gossip news will continue? Because it's celebrities. Like, why are they going to stop talking about celebrities? Like, that's never going to happen. Like, it's literally, it's never going to happen. Like, They're still talking about them today. So and also a celebrity can just as well say something on Twitter that causes a scandal for them. You know, like it's gonna happen. So yeah, it's trust me, celebrity gossip news, whatever, is never gonna end. With how obsessed we are with celebrities, it's never gonna end. Kurunga says it was not really a movie, just a mush-up of episodes put together. Yeah. Jessica Showman says, will that be the end of dating people? Nope. I mean, it might be the no. People are gonna just, people got like long. Damn it, what do you call it? Long-term relationships? Long-term relation? No, long distance. What? Oh my god, why did I not come up with that? Long distance relationships. That's still happening. People are still doing that. People will just date online. Like that's just what's gonna happen. You may not be able to hug each other, may not be able to kiss each other, you may not be able to make love with each other. But yeah, people are going to still be able to date. So dating's not done. That's not gonna end either. Like people are not gonna stop looking for love because they can't go outside. Okay, they're still talking about okay, another question. Clock Rangus says, how do you feel about the new Loud House episodes? I haven't really been watching a lot of the newer Loud House episodes, to be honest with you. Um, so I don't really have that much to say about them, to be honest. Let's see. Video Bird says, okay, then I want to play a Play-Doh movie about those people with Play-Doh strings coming out of their heads. That would be interesting. I mean, you already have the Lego movie. You also had a Playmobil movie, I think. It would make sense if they were to be a Play-Doh movie. Like that would be interesting. I don't know what they would do, but that would definitely be interesting. One Mikey 19 says the reason why the Kardashians are famous is because their dad was the attorney for the O.J. Simpson's case. Oh. Well then. I mean, I don't know what else to really say, but they're still very uninteresting people in my personal opinion, and yeah, I don't give a shit about them, to be honest with you. Okay, did it just go back up again? No, it did. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, where was I? Okay. Mr. Pat 55 says, well, that changes everything. Consider it sarcasm or something. Oh, that's just a response to what he said. Clark Ringo says, thoughts on the idea of Lori Loud leaving for college soon in the show, the characters getting older in season 5, and how do you think it will affect the show? And Mr. Pat 55 actually responds to that, saying Lori is leaving for college. Clyde is not going to be happy about the news. By the way, thanks for spoiling the plot to a future episode for me. I certainly didn't hear anything about that, so like I don't know if that's actually happening or if that was ever confirmed. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, unless that's an idea that you have that's gonna happen. I'm not sure. Was it ever like? Oh, you said thoughts on the idea of Lori leaving for college soon. Characters getting older in season 5. So it's not as if it was confirmed, but you're just saying thoughts on the idea of if that happens, I guess. Most of I mean, I don't if they were to do something like that, that definitely would be interesting. But I highly doubt that they would do that for the show because like most excuse me, most shows, especially cartoons like this, don't generally grow their characters. So there's that situation there. Pat 55 also says neither did I. Also, this reminds me of a YouTube parody video of Loud House where the characters did grow. And then Clock Ringay says they hinted at it. Where did they hint at Lori moving to another not moving to another, but where did they hint at her moving to college? And also, where did they hint at the characters growing in the next season? Um, I would just like to know where you got that kind of information, just so I can possibly look it up and whatnot. And Video Bird says, I hope the Loud House movie is about the family going on a dangerous adventure or something. That would be great. It most likely will be when you think about it, even though they already had their Loud House Vacation episode, where it basically kind of was that, but at the same time, well, not really. It was them trying to go on vacation, but things kept going wrong for them. Excuse me for a quick second. And I think actually, how long were we going? For almost 2 hours. I think I'm going to end it very soon. Yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock. I think I'm going to end it soon. Excuse me. Voice, throat. Been working it too much. It's getting dry and tired, I think. So yeah, I'm definitely going to end the stream very soon right now. But where was I? Yeah, I mean, who knows what the Loud House movies are gonna be about? Like, it'll be interesting if it were to be about growing up. But in terms of the Loud House movie being live action, how are they gonna do that? That's definitely going to be interesting, especially considering they would have to put a wig on the guy who plays Lincoln, because you're most likely not gonna find a kid with white hair. You know what I mean? I mean, there might be some out there, but like, I doubt it. If anything else. Excuse me. Let's see here. Clockeringe says when Bobby and Ronnie Ann moved away. Well, that's the thing. Even in, because I was wondering if you were mentioning that. Because yeah, Bobby and Ronnie Ann, you know, when they were moving away to the other episode. I mean, to the other episode. What am I saying? To the other city. Yeah, you know, Lori was talking about going to college. But even with that being said, that may not happen until, like, say, maybe a series finale or whatnot, or anything. Because, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, again, with the way that they do these series, generally they keep the characters the exact same age. So Lori going to college in the series at any point is probably not going to happen anytime soon. And Calagringa says it was confirmed in some articles. And yes, Mr. Pat 55, I do live in the state of California. Let me look that up, because he was saying whoops, not here. Loud House characters growing up in season 5. I just gotta see, because I'm not 100% sure if that's really an Amino app said that. Nah, I'm not really seeing anything confirmed. Again, with the way that most of these cartoons go, as I said before, they generally don't have these characters be mature. Like, with a show like this, generally the characters are just going to stay the same age throughout the entire show. Again, unless it were to be like a series finale. Like, say if the series ends at some point, they're most likely going to, unless one of the movies are going to be all the characters growing up. You never know, but like, for the most part, these characters are going to stay the same and all that. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see. Where was I? The Zany Cartoon says, do you still like Paw Patrol? And if you do, have you been keeping up with the show? I don't really watch that show anymore. It's not really even a matter of whether I like it anymore or not. Like, I kind of just like the first 2 seasons of the show, but after that, I felt as if the show, like, really lost its charm. And, like, I mean, it still has some there, and it's still somewhat enjoyable, but wasn't as enjoyable to me as it was before when it was, season 1 and 2. And even when I do stumble upon seeing some of the episodes from season 1, I still enjoy those a whole lot more than the newer episodes. Also, when they decided to put Mayor Humdinger in almost every single episode, it irritates me because I hate Mayor Humdinger. He is like the most irritating character out there. So that's me. That's my personal opinion. Do you still like? Okay. Video Bird 300 says the Lost City Dora was so realistic. I'm waiting for the historical Thomas the Tank Engine movie, but they talk. Like, yeah, I still haven't seen that movie, to be honest, and I've heard some good things about it, so that'll be interesting. I mean, I don't know when I'll end up watching it. It's possible, but I don't know. Also, Claude, there is no article link. There's no. You said this is the article link, but there's no link. I don't see any. And Mr. Pat says, got any more thoughts on the future of movie theaters possibly going out of business? Not much. I think I've said about almost everything that I needed to say about it, or yeah, I think that's basically about all I really had to say about it. Like, I don't think there's really much else that I can really add, if anything. Like, yeah, it's most likely going to go out of business, but then at the same time, you never know. Movie theaters might try to adapt to this and, see if they can stay in business that way, or what have you. I don't know. Or maybe things will start to get better to the point where we do start to get more comfortable with hanging out with more people and yada, yada, yada. Honestly, I don't know. We there's not really any way of knowing if anything else, but I guess it all really depends. And then Inacio's second channel says, "Are you excited to see the new Looney Tunes cartoons this year? It's on HBO." I would be excited if I had HBO Max, but I don't have HBO Max, unfortunately, so I'm not gonna be able to see the new cartoons. Also, I'm not planning on getting HBO Max either, just because I'm not really into getting all these different kinds of streaming services. I mean, I could, but I don't know. Like, I'm kind of good with what I have so far. So that's kind of all I can really say when it comes to that. Did he ever? No, I don't see any links because unless you're not able to send me links in the chat, I really don't know. But either way, I think this is where we are going to end. Hold on. Hold on. Bright Video Bird 300 says there's a new VeggieTales show where they're on a stage. Yeah, and some people have been posting some of the episodes on YouTube, so I might try to check that out. It's interesting because like when they had their other series on Netflix, they went with a completely different style, and then with the new series, they went back to the original style of what the show used to look like. So that's interesting, but it's cool to see that. But yeah, that might be something I try to check out as well, since it's been a big part of my childhood personally. So you never know. He said, I do plan on producing more pro game player cartoons from the John Tron review. So is that kind of videos you make? Like, do you like? I'm a little confused. Do you play video games on your channel? Is that what you're saying, or is this something else? Mr. Pat says, you didn't get my link. Damn it, YouTube. Wait, let's see here. So it was him that sent a link. No, I'm looking through. Nah, I'm not seeing any link to try sending it one more time before I end the stream. But yeah, other than that, I don't see any links in my chat. Unless for some reason they're just already putting it in spam. I don't know. Yeah. But either way, if anything, yeah, I think this will be the end of the stream. Hold on. He says, what are your thoughts on the new CGI Popeye the Sailor movie? It looks, well, from the trailers I've seen years ago, because it's been delayed, it looks interesting. I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna go, however. Like, it seems as if it's gonna be like a completely different feel from the cartoons, maybe. I don't know. But it'll be interesting, I guess, and from all I can gather, I'm sure they probably made certain types of differences to the movie as well. So you never know how things are gonna go, but it'll probably be interesting. Bryson says Veggie Tales is pretty dope. I agree, it is pretty dope, especially the silly songs with Larry. That's still my favorite part of the entire show. But anyway, yeah, I think I am actually going to end it right now. We've been going on for an hour and 50 minutes. So yeah, I do want to go downstairs and rest. I mean, well, I could lay on the bed, but I'm not going to do that. I want to play with my dogs, if anything else. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much. And the question: did you ever see a Turbo Power Rangers movie? Never saw a Power Rangers movie. Nope. So yeah. But anyway, again, just gonna end it right here. So again, thank you guys so much for joining in the stream. Again, it was definitely a last minute one because I wasn't expecting this to happen. But this was supposed to be a new video, but um, due to my editor being busy, that's why I decided to do a live stream. And again, did something else as well. So I might just start doing live streams on Wednesdays since I would already have stuff set up for it. I don't really necessarily know, to be honest, but like that really does depend, to be honest with you. But either way, with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I mean, well, watching this stream. Um, will there be a video next week? Possibly. Like, again, that all really depends. If anything else, I already have like a topic that I do want to talk about. It will be, and I might as well say it right now. It will most likely be another video talking about Cartoon Network scheduling problems, I would say, or at very least what I'm confused about when it comes to Cartoon Network and their schedule. Maybe, I don't know. Like that's something I'll probably still work on when it comes to that idea. But either way, yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Very glad to be able to stream for you guys. It's always enjoyable. It's very fun to always be doing these streams. So, yeah. So until then, I will see you guys next time. Again, thank you guys so much for joining. And remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. Peace out, and as always, thanks for watching. Also, stay safe out there. Stay 6 feet away from people. Stay in your home and wash your hands for 20 seconds. Scrub your hands for 20 seconds, rinse, and whatever. Yeah, stay safe out there, literally. These are some interesting times we're in. So, yeah. So, again, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.